Welcome to SGS and part 3 of our series, The Anchor. Can you tell me, from the storms of life all the way to the clearing of the skies, as you think about it, what has been the anchor that has served you the best? Could family be an anchor? You've had a couple of weeks to think about your storms and what your anchor is that keeps you safe and stable during the storms of life. Now, most of you reported that your anchor was Jesus, God, and your faith. While I must agree that these are the supreme anchors and will never fail you, I can't help but wonder if there are other anchors in your life as well. The questions that I will put before you in this video will cause you to look deeper into your anchors. The ones that you have and use, and the anchors that are available to you but are really not used all that much. At least not as much as you think they are. Stay with me for the third and final video course on the anchor. If you truly stop for a moment and think about it, there are probably several anchors in your life that you have had to rely on in one of your storms. Those pictures that I just shared with you are some of my anchors. I have used them all in various storms in my life. They are tested and they are true. I know that I could use any of them if I needed to. Of course, the biggest and the best anchor of all is my faith in Jesus. I know that He controls all things and He will always be with me. As most of you said the same thing, that your anchor was spiritual, how many times do you totally use that spiritual anchor? Now, unless I am alone in this, I would venture to say that many of you go to a friend, a parent, a brother or sister, a pastor, a mentor, or your family and kids when storms hit your life. There is certainly nothing wrong with that. Just be thankful if you have one of those anchors in your life. You know, many people don't have these types of anchors. They immediately go to a bottle or a pill or some other type of drug to get them through the storms of their life. I know, it is sad, but it's true. These type of anchors are really weights that end up sinking their ship. That is why the anchor that you depend on must be tried and put to the test. It must help you win or conquer. It must be something that will rescue you when you need it the most. If you have tried an anchor that did not hold you and keep your ship steady during the storm, then the lesson you must learn is to never depend on that anchor again. Your sanity, your finances, your health, and even your life might depend on your anchor. Why would you use something that will not save or rescue you? Many times when you think that you are depending on Jesus or God to hold you and keep your ship from being tossed around, you still feel that you are in danger. The high waves, the hard-blowing winds, and the blinding rain just keep ravaging your ship. It brings about fear that you are not going to make it or that your ship is going to sink. I want to share with you a story from the book of Matthew in the Bible. Jesus had been preaching to a multitude and told His disciples to go ahead and get in the boat and head on over toward the next town while He dismissed the crowd of people. He told them that He would catch up with them later. Now, after the crowd had dispersed, Jesus went up on the mountain and spent some time in prayer, and then looked out over the water where He saw the boat the disciples were in being tossed around by high winds and waves. Jesus then went down to the water and began to walk toward the disciples and their boat that was apparently in danger. The disciples saw Him coming across the water and were struck with fear, saying, "That must be a ghost." Then they heard Jesus say, "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." Well, one of the disciples named Peter replied, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." Jesus just simply replied, "Come." Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on the water, and came toward Jesus. But when he saw the wind and the waves, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately, Jesus reached out His hand and caught him. "You of little faith," he said, "why did you doubt?" When they climbed into the boat, the wind died down. Then those who were in the boat worshiped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." You know, there are many good lessons to be learned from this story. The first lesson is that no matter what your anchor is or who it is, it will not keep the storms from coming your way. The second lesson to learn is that in order for your anchor to work, it must be tried and it must be proven. The third lesson is that even if you have an anchor that is tried and proven, you must still have the faith that it will work and you will be okay. If you cast your anchor in the storm and yet you still doubt about your safety, it will not save you. You must believe. Believe that you will be safe. Believe that the anchor is strong enough to hold you. And believe that you will live another day to battle another storm.